Good morning, Facebook, Twitter, online universe, YouTube. We are all over the place. It is the official roofing company of Thunderdome and Taylor. Get your tune-up at Roof Fix San Antonio. It's Roof Fix SA.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, Prostastream, Prostagenics, and others. Which pills work and which are garbage? Now
which are garbage.
Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA. It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostate.
And from what I understand, if Mr. Arredondo misses one more city council meeting, it's 3 and you're out.
Yes, that's I heard that. Yes, I did not know that when we were talking about they did not approve his leave of absence.
So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. R&R Auto Glass.
There it is.
Don't drive with a dangerous crack, chip, or broken window.
It's dangerous to drive with crack.
Any piece of glass on your vehicle, window regulators,
He said piece of glass?
They've even got a mobile service that can come to
A fine piece of glass.
With a lifetime warranty. UTSA senior and military discount. Ask them about the dual deal. Save even more money.
What about the dual deal?
Pricing. All the info's at the website rnrautoglass.com. R&R Auto Glass.
Here we go.
Bo, bo.
Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning, America. How are you? Good morning and welcome into San Antonio's First News on this Friday Eve, the 23rd day of June. Mr. T along with Chris Duel, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. Tonight's the night.
Yes.
NBA draft tonight, 7 o'clock on ABC. We're on network television for the NBA draft tonight. Spurs have the Spurs have the number 9 pick, the number 20 pick, and the number 38 pick.
Woo!
38 pick is in the second.
And 25 round. In there as well.
They have a 25 pick also?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think 9, 20, 25, and 38.
Wow.
I do believe.
They can do a lot of good tonight.
And they will.
They always do in the draft. We will have a preview of what we think the Spurs might do coming up. But right now, let's get traffic and weather.
Northwest side, be road construction blocking.
I wonder what the percentage of our audience knows Revolution number 9. Hopefully a high percentage. Vienna, Austria. Damn, Jeremy. And those Austrians.
Brian.
Stephanie, good morning.
Sunny skies today and tomorrow. Highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. Highs 102, 78 right now. Well, Chris, you wanted it to happen, and it has happened. Chief Arredondo of the Uvalde School District Police has been placed on administrative leave effective immediately.
And my only question, why did that take over 4 weeks? Why did that take 4 weeks and a day with so many questions, so much evidence pointing to his mismanagement of that moment? I applaud the move by the superintendent of the Uvalde School District, Dr. Hal Harrell, Tim, but what were you waiting for is my question.
Well, he was waiting for the investigation to be complete before making any decisions. But we know that is getting kind of convoluted. You got the DPS in the state looking at it, you got the Uvalde people looking at it, and we're getting conflicting reports from everyone.
Well, and as we know, when there's an officer-involved shooting,
Mhm.
or if there's ever any question that there might be something the officer did incorrectly, it is often typical, and often the officer has done no wrong, to put that officer on administrative leave. I just think once we knew there were question marks, and we kind of knew that within 48 hours of the massacre, I think this should have been done nearly 4 weeks ago. But again, I guess better late than never.
Yes, and I guess Lieutenant Mike Hernandez will assume the duties as the chief of police for the school district in Uvalde until they, get this mess figured out completely. And from what I understand, he's now a newly elected city council member. If he misses another meeting without being excused, they can dismiss him.
Yeah, he's apparently missed 2. He has asked for a leave of absence that was denied by the city council, to which we've seen the video. The citizens applauded vociferously when they denied his request for a leave of absence. So you're right, Tim. If he misses one more city council meeting, that city council can vote to remove him as a councilman.
And I'm just wondering if he's staying away from the council meetings because he doesn't want to bring attention and they have to answer questions, or what his reasoning is.
And you always wonder, is it at the advice of attorneys who, if it's scary, an attorney 9 times out of 10 or more will say, don't talk to anyone until we move forward with legal proceedings. You do wonder what's going on. But as we said yesterday, and we've said all along, talk to us.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us your point of view, what happened. And even if you admit, you said this yesterday, Tim, if you say, hey, I blew it, I screwed up.
Yeah.
We understand human beings make mistakes, but if you did, own it.
Yeah, if you did, own it. I mean, because you're a human, and yes, mistakes do happen. Unfortunately, this mistake cost a lot of people their lives.
Yes.
And I just can't they just come out and tell us what we know right now? Give us we've seen timelines. I've seen 2 different timelines of things that happened that day, and some of them didn't really happen.
And that's the problem.
Yes.
We've gotten so much misinformation that if we're really going to be cynical, we could just call them lies. And you've got to wonder why people whom we normally trust would want to tell us any kind of lies about what happened there on that day.
Yes, because that's all we want to know is what happened, so we can try to prevent this from ever happening in another school, in another city, in another state, anytime, anywhere. That's all we're trying to do. It's all we want to happen.
And man, Uvalde and Robb Elementary is becoming a case study on what not to do, on how things can go horribly wrong from a law enforcement and a response perspective.
Yeah. All right. So we'll have more on I guess we can't call it dismissal. He's on administrative
leave
of Chief Arredondo coming up.
Every day is a new day.
Good stuff.
Once again,
Tracy, Louisa, Stephanie,
girl, do her freaking job.
welcome.
I got nothing from Channel 4 yet.
Okay.
Gotcha. I doubt we're getting that long weather in before.
The one I just kicked out? No. Even if it comes right now, I could probably turn it around in time. But you know what? I'm tired of jumping through hoops for this chick.
I hear you.
Not a good idea. So you might have to put the Weather Channel in if the other ones don't show up by the bottom. At 20, we're talking the draft tonight.
Beautiful.
Reliability, quality, honesty. If this is you, then I'm going to pay you more than average to start, because happy employees make happy customers. To apply, go online to callelmers.com.
The most exciting jewelry buying opportunity is happening right now.
Oh, and tonight's the night, 17 years ago.
Pay nothing down and get 5 years.
Spurs won the 2005 NBA championship. Yes, that will be Charlie Parker's commentary. Woo! I have the montage. That was a good one.
Even the tax. Don't miss this limited time opportunity for the lowest payments ever on fine jewelry. But hurry, this offer ends June 30th. Details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Okay, NBA.com has a consensus mock draft.
Okay, who do they have the Spurs?
They coming up. I just scrolled away to try to get more info. And they have at number 9 Jalen Duren, D-U-R-E-N. Let me Google him. Jalen D-U-R-E-N. Jalen Duren from Monterey Academy. He's 6'11", 250.
I like it.
Memphis Tigers. Jeremy will be happy.
Taking money directly from your bank account. This is Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe you can fight inflation
Okay.
with a gold IRA.
He doesn't have a Wikipedia, so let me find another
I
bio
got
on
one.
him. You got one?
Jalen Montez Duran.
Explaining everything. To get your copy, text the word
From Newcastle, Delaware.
989898. It's free and there's no obligation.
Texting enrolls
He played high school at
text
Roman
messages.
Catholic High
Estimated
School in
data rates
Philadelphia,
may apply.
Pennsylvania. That's a
Finding
big
great
school.
candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a
He
haystack,
led them
but
to their
not
second
with
consecutive
ZipRecruiter.
Philadelphia
Powerful
Catholic League
technology
title.
actively finds
A Memphis
and
Tiger
invites
last year. Let's see, 12 points. How many
Some
rebounds?
companies might deliver a lot of
8.1 rebounds per game.
Okay.
What? How many minutes per game? 25.3 minutes per game.
Okay.
60% from
Free
2-point
throw.
range.
Yeah, free throw 62%.
Oh my
Not
God.
bad. I mean, come on, they can fix that.
Yeah.
Cartels are winning.
Soaring gas prices,
$5 a gallon.
Keep up with what's happening.
unhinged crime in our cities.
Come back a few more times today. This is where we are.
News Radio 1200 WOAI.
We're going to Funky Town.
Yes.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, our inflation vacation cash contest continues today. Here's how it works. We'll give you a word, spell that word for you, then you go to our website, WOAI.com, submit that word. Each hour from 9:30 to 5:30, we'll have a winner for $1,000. And just think of what kind of vacation from inflation is $1,000 today. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. A couple tanks of gas, maybe.
Yeah.
Out to dinner a couple times. And
Maybe a little fast food, which is inflating. So,
everything is
multiple
inflating.
levels. Yeah.
But we're going to give you a vacation from the inflation. Once again, 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday, right before the news at the bottom of the hour. You will get your word. We'll even spell the word for you and just go to WOAI.com, submit that word. You win $1,000. And wow, what a day you'll have. Brian, what else is going on?
Well, the Uvalde School District Police Chief criticized for a lack of action in last month's school shooting on administrative leave. You've been talking about that this morning. The Texas Education Agency plans to check out hundreds of thousands of school building door locks before the next school year starts. There are more than 3,000 schools.
If we bring up Jalen Duran,
and the chairman of the federal
Jeremy may know something about him.
Hey, do you know anything about Jalen Duran?
Out of Memphis.
Out of Memphis.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty raw.
We like raw.
Put a big portion of the blame on ongoing
We will
supply
probably
chain
talk to you in the segment here.
disruptions. All right, traffic and weather together.
What was that other guy? Twitter said they had an interest in bookmarks. Johnny Davis. Let me Google
Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis. I think he's also a big.
So I'm thinking Spurs might be leaning towards a big, huh?
That could be. Let's see.
If you happen to see the traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200
Sunny skies today and tomorrow, highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy skies, highs 102, 78 degrees. Coming up, your Fox Business News at 5:40. More on the chief of the Uvalde School District being put on administrative leave. We'll bring you more details coming up at 5:40. Tonight in the NBA, the draft gets underway 7 o'clock tonight. Your first pick tonight will be Orlando, followed by Oklahoma City, Houston, Sacramento, and Detroit round out the top 5. Spurs, first pick is at number 9.
Thank you, Beatles White Album.
Yes. If we play it backwards, it says they take, what's his name, Jalen Duran?
Jalen Duran. NBA.com did a consensus. They got a lot of experts, and they all did mock drafts. So they took all of these mock drafts from these NBA analysts, and they did a consensus draft. And at number 9, at NBA.com, they have the Spurs taking Jalen Duran. He's young. He was a freshman at Memphis last year, 6'11", 250. So he is a big.
He is a big. And I know that our technical director, our sound stylist, Jeremy, is a big Memphis fan. What do we know about Jalen Duran?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah, and I understand he has good footwork. Grooming him.
Yeah, and there are some people who say Jakob Poeltl, who's the current big man in the middle for the Spurs, he is due a new contract renewal soon. So
we're gonna miss him.
He's going to cost a lot of money. So yeah, some people are saying, hey, why throw all this money at Jakob if you could go get a Jalen Duren, pay him a little less, and develop him? Now, if the Spurs don't go for a big, I'm also hearing some people out there saying Johnny Davis, a 6'5" shooting guard out of Wisconsin, might be available at number 9, and the Spurs have been keeping an eye on Johnny Davis out of Wisconsin.
Okay. See, here's what I have learned over my many years of being a Spurs fan and working in this business. We don't know. We do not know until the Spurs make that pick.
Yes.
We don't know. I love people that speculate and say, oh, they're going to go here. This is what it never happens. It could be some guy from Slovenia for all we know.
Yeah, and on a night many years ago, we had everybody liked George Hill, who was a Spur, and they traded George Hill to the Indiana Pacers to draft some guy named Kawhi Leonard, and you traded George Hill. What are you thinking? And even though the Kawhi thing went really south,
it did work well for a couple years
and got us to 2 finals, and could have gotten us 2 championships, but got us 1.
30 seconds,
so
man.
People don't know. People don't know.
Yeah, people don't know, and we don't know. The only people that do know are the Spurs, and they seem to do a very good job when it comes to drafting. So I'll put my trust in them.
I feel good. I'm very interested to see what they do tonight.
All right, we'll have more on the NBA draft coming up throughout this morning. But right now, it's time for your Fox Business News.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Yeah, Louisa, I heard Spurs general manager Brian Wright say that in his media availability yesterday. The Spurs will take the best player available regardless of position at number 9, which used to be the Tom Landry drafting philosophy. You don't draft for position. You take the best athlete and you make it work.
Exactly.
Powell takes questions from the House Financial Services Committee today. Home builder KB Home says sales
Get
are
some
softening
ice
as
baby
buyers
for my
face higher
coffee.
mortgage rates and inflation. KB's recent quarter was stronger than a year ago. Revlon shares are gaining more ground this morning. It's apparently the new target of meme stock traders. The stock climbed more than 30% yesterday. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosella. Invested in you.
Run, walk, honor. The Tunnel to Towers 5K Run and Walk in New York City retraces FDNY firefighter Stephen Siller's final footsteps on 9/11. That single event has inspired more than 70 runs, walks, and climbs in different cities across the nation each year. Register for an event in your area or volunteer to start one. Do good and never forget by donating $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Make this the year you
I think it's good to mention the whole draft, but I would be careful getting too close to the answers of ours.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We were on the borderline there.
It was close, but once again, we don't know.
Well, my point is it's not a great deal of interest. We sound like a sports station and we probably get in to talk about.
Okay.
I mean, the issue of the draft is what the history and all that's good, but when we start talking about and bringing it sounds like a sports station.
Okay.
You just need to see World Car Kia. 2022 Kia Tellurides, 2022 Sportages, 2022 Sorrentos, 2022 Souls, and more are at World Car Kia. Trade now.
Yeah, no more Spurs.
And get your new Kia and save. Plus, every new vehicle comes with World Car's lifetime warranty and lifetime roadside assistance. Visit any of our stores in San Antonio or New Braunfels. Kia. World Car Kia.
Join Brooklyn Chandler Willie for the Texas Financial Advisory Show Saturday nights at 6 and Sunday mornings at 10 to get the information you need to help make your retirement dreams a reality. The Texas
she hasn't sent anything.
Show with Brooklyn Chandler Willie. It's at 6 and Sunday mornings at 10.
Saturday and Sunday, June 20th.
Yeah, he just told me what he came in and told you.
Whatever. I disagree, but okay.
Yep. since you're in here, I think
Because
I'm
you
gonna-
know, if Charlie was here, we'd be doing the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let me see here.
Valley Oaks Ranch offers a great country retreat near everything while being just a short drive from San Antonio. Come experience for yourself the captivating long-range hill country views, gorgeous grand oak trees, and modern amenities like a gated entrance, electric, paved, and private roads, tons of wildlife, and so much more that make Valley Oaks feel just like home. Wait, be the first to get your 4 to 10 acre country home site at huge state preview savings at Valley Oaks. Call today, 866-952-6322, 866-952-6322, or visit valleyoakstx.com. That's valleyoakstx.com.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, and hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain sucks the fun right out of living. I'm Charlie Parker with fantastic news.
This will be on a 10-second timer. Let me grab a couple more items.
Advanced regenerative treatments.
Let's see.
Basically, taking growth factors
Yeah, I got some kooky Spurs glasses here somewhere.
No way.
This exciting in-office non-surgical
look, it's the construction worker for the village people.
Yes.
tissue in your joints. No surgery, no
Let's
drugs,
see, I'll get
no
to
downtime.
your side. Drop
Hey.
that.
Reports are incredible.
So it'll be a 10-second timer.
Okay.
Regenerative medicine. Get a free
We can either stand or we can sit, or you can sit.
Okay.
I'll get on whatever level you're at. So
There we go.
if you're sitting, I'm going to go ahead and crouch down and be even with you. So, okay, should be a 10-second timer. And there's the countdown clock.
When your AC breaks down, call Gettle. Digital ducting works on every brand of air conditioner. When we hook up digital
See what
ducting,
that looks like.
playtime is over. Digital
Perfect.
ducting doesn't get
Woo!
Okay.
Woo!
When your AC breaks down, call Gettle.
Ah, Lordy.
Works on every brand of air conditioner, even yours. Buy a new Gettle.
Here, I think
I got my Spurs glasses.
I should read the letter
Okay,
at 40,
gotcha. I'll do that.
and then we'll discuss.
Yes, sir.
But remember, no sports.
Louise Locker, Elf Louise.
Wheezy.
To help people with rudimentary skills. Everyone else just takes their cars to Cambridge.
We just took a photo.
All repairs are covered with a 3-year
I'm gonna post
warranty.
this.
Why don't you come on out now?
Yeah, I'll go bigger screen so you can see the photo.
How to remove a stuck husband.
Take your car to the experts at Cambridge
Oh,
Auto Center.
God.
and
Oh, you just went on.
Best Auto
There it
Service in San Antonio. All repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty.
First Presbyterian Church is now live streaming our worship services online every Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. on our website,
All right.
pcsanantonio.org. We invite you to worship with us.
Ryan Pepe Brown, Connie Chambers, welcome.
Our city.
This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
The latest developments in the aftermath of the Uvalde school shooting. Good morning, I'm Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
Thank you, Louise.
Road construction still set up. It's going to have the right lanes blocked of Loop 410 northbound between Exchange Parkway and Bandera Road, so expect delays. Also on the southeast side, we're getting reports of an accident working on I-37 southbound at Southend Road. It's going to have the entrance ramp blocked, so expect delays. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Sean and Ann's News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Celebrate great sleep at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Stop in today and shop Tempur-Pedic to save
All right.
$500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses. Plus, you'll get a $300 instant gift good towards sleep accessories.
Weather Channel forecast today, sunny, continued hot, look for a high near 100. It is 77 now at News Radio 1200 WOAI. The school district police chief criticized for his mishandling of the school shooting in Uvalde is now on administrative leave. Mark Mayfield reports.
School Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell said that due to the lack of clarity remaining in the investigation into the Robb Elementary School shooting, Pete Arredondo was being placed on administrative leave effective immediately. Arredondo previously told the Texas Tribune that he didn't see himself as the lead officer during last month's attack at Robb Elementary, which left 21 dead. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The Texas Education Agency is devising a plan to assess the locking mechanisms for exterior doors on all school campuses in the state. Education Commissioner Mike Morass says there are thousands of schools and not every school uses the same type of doors.
There's a lot of building diversity in the state of Texas. So if you have a thought for, well, this is the way it should work, I assure you there is a building in Texas where that thought won't work.
With more than 340,000 exterior door locks across the state's 3,000 school campuses, Morath admits it's not going to be an easy task. The House came up short last
So get out at about 44.
Yeah, create a communications network to alert people about an active shooter. Trey Thomas reports.
The bipartisan bill needed 2/3 support for quick passage, and the 259 to 162 vote didn't meet that threshold. 16 Republicans helped introduce the bill, and 44 GOP representatives joined Democrats in voting for it. Supporters said the communications network would be similar to the Amber Alert system. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the House will bring up the measure again. I'm Trey Thomas.
President Biden says he is confronting the ongoing pain of the gas pump.
Today I'm calling on Congress to suspend the federal gas tax for the next 90 days through the busy summer season, busy travel season.
At the White House, Biden says you can eliminate the federal gas tax and still have enough to finance road projects. The federal gas tax is a little over 18 cents per gallon, but he's also calling on states to end their taxes and other steps to be taken in an effort to try to lower gasoline prices. In earlier remarks, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell called a gas tax holiday an ineffective stunt. U.S. Customs and Border Protection is yet to respond to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's demand to finish the border wall near Laredo.
Texas is pressuring the Biden administration to finish an environmental impact study or scrap it altogether to quickly finish the Laredo portion of the wall, citing the ongoing humanitarian crisis and national security threat. Trump's acting ICE director, Tom Homan, doesn't expect any response.
When I was an agent, you had to pay a smuggling organization to get you to Chicago, get you to New York, or get you to Washington. Not anymore. You only got to pay the...
Yeah, Louisa, that is pretty damning.
The Biden administration is going to finish that.
We'll talk about Uvalde and Arredondo and more coming right up.
Laredo's Democratic mayor opposes a physical border wall as well, supporting a so-called virtual wall instead. Nick Rajkovic, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
He fired 142 shots. He went into the classroom with 315 cartridges and fired 142 of them. Wow.
Professor Michael Weber at the University of Texas says,
man, this is fucked up.
By green energy.
It's also helping us with cost because natural gas and coal is very expensive right now.
At times, wind and solar power are supplying 40% of the power that the state needs. If there are outages, Weber says it's because of a failure at a generating plant or a transmission line and not because of how the system is designed. Michael Ford, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
It's been called Texodus. Big businesses leaving their home states for our home state. Here's our Sally Adams.
According to Texas Public Policy's chief economist Vance Gann, it's no mystery.
Having a low cost of doing business with a good tax system, along with an educated workforce.
Good morning, Sylvia. Charlie Parker has his commentary this morning, multiple commentaries this morning. First one coming up 6:25. In the next half hour at 6:25.
Gann says these transporting businesses certainly improve our already robust economy. Sally Adams, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Coming up on 5:37 now with breaking crime news.
Connie Chambers, welcome in. Ryan Pepe Brown. Louise Locker. Louise, we still need to talk. I want to do a video.
Shinwan Chen slumped over the steering wheel of the bus with an open package of gummies beside him. Gummies infused with THC, active ingredient in pot. Chen says he thought it was...
Aren't those the best gummies? Yeah. Gummies infused with THC. Yeah. Come on, Nancy.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a...
Rod Campbell, happy Spurs Day.
Secrets the timeshare industry
Can't say that.
Doesn't want you to know, including 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare.
God, this
Call
is
now
just
and get
fucked
this
up.
timeshare cancellation guide
Damn.
Call 800-738-9900. That's 800.
Well, Brian, your Channel 4 shit ain't working.
Traffic and weather together coming up in a minute, but first a check of your money and the world of business.
Thanks, Louise.
Say good morning to Ed Corey live at the Bloomberg News Desk.
Brian, good morning. A new survey of restaurant operators in Texas and around the country says after a rough couple of years, business is almost back to normal for most eateries, but that labor shortage is keeping many from operating at full capacity. Well, when haircut prices go up, economists say it's a sign inflation is becoming a problem in the economy. Guess what? In May, haircut prices were up 6.2% from a year
Louise,
ago.
I will text or call or message you today or tomorrow. I know we've been talking about this for a while, and things got a little crazy for me. I was with my mom an extra few days. Long story, but I'll let you know.
Next, no matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Brian Gann, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Such small print. I'm going to need reading glasses on this one.
On the northwest side, the road construction being set up on Loop 410 northbound between Exchange Parkway and Bandera Road has been cleared. And on the southeast side, we have an accident reported on I-37 southbound at Southend Road. It's going to have the entrance ramp blocked, so expect delays. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by SRGExpress.com. Specialized Recruiting Group takes an individual approach to placing people in contract and full-time roles. And they're ready to help you find your next opportunity. Visit SRGExpress.com to get connected with an employment expert.
Yesterday's 98 will feel like a treat now. Record heat forecast here. Close to it over the next few days. Looks like 101 today, already in the 80s this morning. At 101, one shy of the record of 102. Tonight, in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, 103 would be a record, breaking the record of 102. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging from the Weather Channel on San Antonio's official weather station, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. Dell Technologies in Windows 11 provide innovators with the tools to succeed. To do more with the Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for Business.
Here we go.
For advice and expertise, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
San Antonio's first news. I'm Chris Duel, along with Mr. T, Tim Merryman, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy in the 24-hour news center. Jeremy Kolak making the whole show go. Coming up, Kim Commando's daily tech update. And in the next half hour, Charlie Parker's first commentary of the morning. Today is an anniversary for you Spurs fans. He'll let you know what the anniversary is and why it's a pretty big deal. And Tim, speaking of big deals, I think it's one of the biggest stories of the morning. It broke late yesterday. Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District released a letter to the media. And it's not a long letter, Tim. I'll just go ahead and read it and we'll react to it. Here is what Dr. Hal Harrell wrote, and I quote, "From the beginning of this horrible event, I shared that the district would wait until the investigation was complete before making personnel decisions. Today, I am still without details of the investigations being conducted by various agencies. Because of the lack of clarity that remains and the unknown timing of when I will receive the results of the investigations, I have made the decision to place Chief Arredondo on administrative leave effective on this date. Lieutenant Mike Hernandez will assume the duties of the UCISD Chief of Police. We will continue to seek qualified candidates to join our police department as we prepare for the new school year. There will be no further information released regarding this personnel matter."
I say lack of clarity on what exactly happened that day, because we're still don't have the clarity of what happened. I mean, we hear it just depending on what day it is, different information comes about. I can understand why he wanted to wait till an investigation would be concluded, but I think they made the right move by doing this now because it's not looking good.
Yeah, and to the point of Superintendent Harrell, what if he doesn't get all the information that he thinks is important until August and the kids are beginning to go back to school, for crying out loud? So I mean, he needs to figure out who's going to lead my department and who's going to protect these kids. And now that they're going to demolish that school, where are those kids going to go?
Exactly. Where are they going to go? I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, will they be portable buildings? Will they set up some sort of makeshift school for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders that went to Robb Elementary? I mean, that still needs to be taken care of. But right now, I think more importantly in the community of Uvalde is trying to heal. And I know you don't heal from a tragedy like this, but you got to make the best of it and try to get, take the next day, go move on.
Yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, Tim, administrative leave or administrative duty for a police officer is a common practice. Often if there's an officer involved shooting, you put that officer on administrative leave and you do an investigation, and 9 times out of 10, there is no wrongdoing on the part of the officer and he comes back to work. This is standard. My only problem, you and I, and certainly more so than you and I, the people of Uvalde and the people directly connected to this horrible tragedy were losing their minds the day in, day out. Pete Arredondo remained as the chief of police for this school district. And as you mentioned earlier, for the moment, he still remains on that city council.
And I'm wondering if he doesn't show up to the next meeting, because I don't think he will, but he needs to come up with an excuse or they will let him go. And I think it's his attorneys telling him, you don't want to be anywhere where people are going to ask you questions, because this is going to come back. There is a lawsuit right now.
Yeah.
We know Thomas J. Henry is representing families in Uvalde. Something's going to happen.
Well, then you could at least say, on the advice of my attorney,
counsel,
it's like,
yes.
I would love to talk to you, but on the advice of my attorney, I am being instructed not to speak out at this time.
And on that note, I think that somebody needs to come out and make a statement and try to clear up some of this just information coming from so many different sources that it's confusing at times. Somebody needs to come out and try to clear it up.
We need a timeline from a source we can trust. And at this point, the head of the DPS, I think in the state of Texas, or maybe the Texas Rangers. I mean, we want to find the best of the best law enforcement in the state of Texas who can tell us what really happened minute by minute on that horrible day in Uvalde just over 4 weeks ago. Lots more coming up, including Kim Commando's daily tech update. Everything you need to know in the morning, all the big breaking headlines, weather, traffic, news, much more. It's all coming at you. San Antonio's first news on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Life is full of opportunities. Selling your house shouldn't keep you from them. Sell directly to Open Door. All right, so I'll go first, you'll go second, and Brian will be last today.
And that's what I didn't tease was flash.
That's all right. That's all right. Damn it, Chris.
The hell am I thinking?
OpenDoor.com, enter your address, tell them a little bit about your house, and they'll make you an offer in minutes. And when you sell directly to Open Door, you don't have to make repairs, do prep work, or schedule showings. Choose your close date and move on your schedule to avoid double moves and double mortgages. Open Door offers competitive, hassle-free sale so you can focus on what's ahead in life. Get a free offer on your house at opendoor.com/myoffer. That's opendoor.com/myoffer. Get a competitive all-cash offer on your house at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage, Inc., license 02061130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage, LLC, in its other markets.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things.
You're familiar with the Tesla car, right?
Yes.
You know that there's one that was in a California junkyard that got in an accident. The damn thing kept catching on fire.
Wow.
They finally put it out. Finally.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, just for some reason we just burst into flames. It's those batteries, man.
Yeah.
Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up.
I don't know what people are going to do. They're expecting to hear your R&R auto glass spot coming up in about a minute, and it's not going to be there. I don't
We're
know.
going to get a lot of emails.
Yes. Welcome to the R&R Glass Show.
Hector Gomez, welcome in.
866-549-TERM.
Hi, I'm Elmer at Elmer's Heat and Air. And right now, I'm looking for good plumbers, technicians, AC installers, and customer service folks to join our team. You don't have to have a lot of experience. We can teach you everything you need to know. We have a training center, but I can't teach someone to really care about doing the job the right way. To have a service heart toward the customer, you have to bring these qualities with you to the interview. Reliability, quality, honesty. If this is you, then I'm going to pay you more than average to start because happy employees make happy customers.
To apply, go online to callelmers.com.
You know, it's Taylor, a roof tune-up's an excellent way of prolonging the life of your roof. You can get you a tune-up and roof fix. That comes with a free roof inspection. It's Roof Fix San Antonio that will certify your entire roof 100% leak-free, full 36 months. 100% of the tune-up will be applied to the cost of a new roof if they determine that you need one. It is the
They're saying that
roofing company.
the Ravens linebacker Jalen Ferguson died Tuesday night of a possible overdose.
Inflation is truly wicked.
I'm
It's
not
like
sure
the
about
government
that.
taking money directly from your bank account. This is Dr. Ron Paul, and I
Let's
believe
see,
you can fight inflation with a gold.
Well, Ron Paul, haven't heard from him in a while.
Explain how gold IRAs work. My friends at Birch Gold have published a free info
Twitter
kit
Jalen Ferguson.
explaining everything. To get your copy, text the word safeguard to 989898. It's free and there's no obligation.
Texting enrolls for automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job.
They're not ruling out the possibility of an overdose.
Okay.
Says right now that there was no signs of trauma or foul play suspected at the time. Cause of death will be determined. Investigators are not ruling out the possibility of an overdose.
And again, there's always the accidental overdose.
Well, they're always accidents.
Yeah,
Nobody
right.
does it on purpose.
Well, yeah.
Well, some people do.
This is it. Stay informed.
We need to know what happened.
San Antonio's
So who's first?
News Radio
Go
1200
ahead.
WOAI.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic and weather together is time for Flashback, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. I will go first. Chris, you'll go second. We'll leave Brian with the leftovers. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's go. 2022. Oh, God. All right, all three choices, T. I'll take 79.
You'll take 79. I'll take my high school graduating year, 1978.
Brian, that leaves you with 1977. Yeah.
Tim Merryman.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was that great song that did it for me because, look, nobody writes lyrics like that anymore.
I know.
It was so hard to write that song. You can ring my bell. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'll bet you were dancing in the discos to that in
I
a
was at
leisure suit with
skating
hookah
rink.
shells.
I was at the skating rink skating. Oh, yeah, the white platform shoes. There you go. All right, Brian, what else is going on? I was in 10th, going in 11th grade. 10th grade, 1979.
I was a freshman at UTSA.
Ah.
Or as I refer to it, 13th grade.
Yes.
Like everybody from my
San
high school
Pedro
and other
High.
high school
Yeah.
kids I knew were there.
San Pedro High.
13th grade.
Yes. Oh, no, you're at UTSA, not San Pedro High. That would be SAC.
Northbound between Exchange Parkway and Bandera Road has been cleared. And on the southeast side, we have an accident reported on I-37 southbound at Southland Road. It's going to have the entrance ramp blocked, so expect delays. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. And Allstate Better Protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Sunny skies today and tomorrow, highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy skies, highs 102, 78 degrees. Coming up, your Kim Commando Daily Tech Update in just minutes. Coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, White House correspondent John Decker will take a look at the president's plan for a 3-month federal gas tax holiday. Will it help or is it just a gimmick? He joins us coming up at 6:40. Yesterday, a bad day for the Baltimore Ravens football team. Tony the Goose Siragusa died yesterday. No word on the cause of death. He was 55 years old, and he was a defensive tackle, played his first 7 seasons with the Colts, then was moved on to Baltimore and helped them win their first Super Bowl in 2000. Big personality. Siragusa was a big personality, and when he was a sideline reporter on Fox Sports, he was fun.
And people loved him, and kind of like John Madden. You know, John Madden was that big, kind of a burly everyman. Certainly Tony Siragusa was a lot bigger than John Madden, but he was relatable. He was authentic. He was funny, and people loved him. And people, so many, not only Ravens fans, I think anybody who knew who Tony Siragusa was, very sad to hear this news.
And then Ravens outside linebacker Jalen Ferguson also passed away. He was only 26 years old. Now, police called to Baltimore residents late Tuesday night, found Ferguson unresponsive. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No word yet on the cause of death. There was no trauma. They didn't think any foul play. They're not ruling out a possible overdose as a cause of death. Just 26 years old, though.
Both of those so tragic, both of those deaths so young, certainly in the case of Jalen Ferguson, and one franchise, the Baltimore Ravens, to be going through this. I saw Ray Allen, the legendary Baltimore Ravens linebacker, saying, this is just a horrible, horrible, heartbreaking week for the Ravens.
It is, and our hearts and prayers go out to the families of both Tony Siragusa and Jalen Ferguson. All right, coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, I mentioned White House correspondent John Decker at 6:40, all about the gas tax holiday. But right now, here's Kim Commando's Daily Tech Update.
The world's largest porno website is called Pornhub. More people view it than Netflix or Amazon. But behind
more people look at Pornhub than Netflix or Amazon.
I can believe that.
My goodness.
I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network
She's
now
Kim
is
Commando.
smarter than ever before.
And you can catch your adult videos on Pornhub.
Pornhub and other large porno websites are owned by a low-profile company called Mind.
Yes.
After years of
Your hard drive.
obscurity, several news organizations, including the Wall Street Journal and the New Yorker, are investigating MindGeek for displaying videos of women in non-consensual and underage sex acts. Pornhub immediately denied everything as MindGeek's CEO and COO jumped ship and disappeared. So the next time someone tells you that watching online porn is victimless, remember, the underage, read teenagers, and unsuspecting women, the victims that aren't supposed to exist. I post breaking tech news 24/7 at my website. That's commando.com. Profiling, surveillance, data harvesting. There are lots of things not to like about tech giants. But what can you actually do about it? Well, you might not have $44 billion to go buying up Twitter, but for less than $7 per month, you can fight back against big tech by using ExpressVPN. How do you think companies like Twitter make all their money anyway? Well, by tracking your searches, video history, and everything you click on, and then selling it. ExpressVPN helps you anonymize much of your online presence by hiding your IP address, a unique identifier that every device has. That allows big tech to match your activity back to you. That's why I use ExpressVPN on all my devices. Just one tap on your phone or computer to turn on the ExpressVPN app. That's all it takes to protect your online privacy. Visit expressvpn.com/Kim right now and get 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/Kim, expressvpn.com/Kim.
Saturday and Sunday, June 25th and 26th. Be the first to see all new, never before offered 4 to 10 acre country home sites during the Valley Oaks Ranch Sneak Preview Land Sale. That's right, get your beautiful 4 to 10 acre country retreat and take advantage of huge sneak preview savings incentives with a prime location near Bandera and historic condo. Valley Oaks Ranch offers a great country retreat near everything while being just a short drive from San Antonio. Come experience for yourself the captivating long-range hill country views, gorgeous grand oak trees, and modern amenities like a gated entrance, electric, paved, and private roads, tons of wildlife, and so much more that make Valley Oaks feel just like home. Don't wait. Be the first to get your 4 to 10 acre country home site at huge sneak preview savings at Valley Oaks. Call today, 866-952-6322, 866-952-6322, or visit valleyoakstx.com. That's valleyoakstx.com. Hi, everyone. It's Andy Everett. With inflation hurting us all, AAA Auger Plumbing Services is here to help. Through June, AAA Auger is offering everybody who mentions this ad 10% off any plumbing service with savings up to $200. Everyone's prices are going up, so AAA Auger is taking theirs down. Save 10% on any plumbing service with savings up to $200 through June. Visit AAA-Auger.com or call 222-8437. AAA Auger, providing Texans with reliable and professional plumbing services for more than 60 years. License M37445.
What will put you and your love on cloud 9 this June? It's Diamonds Direct's most amazing offer this year. Right now, for a limited time on any purchase, get the best price. Pay nothing down and get 5 years zero interest financing. If you've been swooning over that $5,000 designer ring, right now it's only $85 a month. $3,000 diamond studs, just $50 a month, and they're yours. Don't miss this special limited time financing event exclusively at Diamonds Direct. Get details and more at diamondsdirect.com.
You need an extra key for your home or business? Need a safe for valuables? Guaranteed Lock and Safe can help. They're a full-service locksmith shop that can handle your commercial, residential, and automotive needs. With a large selection of key and key accessories, padlocks, and safes, they have the solution you're looking for. They specialize in auto chip keys, and before you go to the dealership, stop by their store on Heatner, just past Fredericksburg Road at 10501 Heatner. Call them at 494-5500. 494-5500. It's guaranteed Lock and Safe.
Cambridge Auto Center opens at 7 a.m., ready to help you with all auto repairs and maintenance. Visit CambridgeAuto.com for appointments. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Connecticut Water Softener Studio, the last water softener you'll ever own. This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
There are new developments in the aftermath of the Uvalde school shootings. Good morning, I'm Brian Gann, in for Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, on Loop 410 northbound between Exchange Parkway and Bandera, the road construction we had set up there has been cleared. And on the southeast side, the accident we had working on I-37 southbound at Southland Road has also been cleared. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Your Weather Channel forecast calling for sunny today, a high again near 100. We could top 100 tomorrow. Currently clear 77 degrees in News Radio 1200 WOAI. The school district police chief criticized in the mishandling of the school shooting in Uvalde is now on administrative leave. Brian Shook reports.
School Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell said that due to the lack of clarity remaining in the investigation into the Robb Elementary School shooting, Pete Arredondo is being placed on administrative leave effective immediately. Lieutenant Mike Hernandez will take over the role. The Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Chief had previously told the Texas Tribune he didn't see himself as the lead officer during last month's attack at Robb Elementary, which left 21 dead. I'm Brian Shook.
The man who served as coroner in the Uvalde school shootings is telling his story about the horrifying scene he found when called to the school following the shootings that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead.
There's still backpacks and everybody, everything is still there. Well, the whole time I was there, the phones were ringing. Families looking for their children, phone ringing on the desk.
Judge Yalio Diaz telling News 4 it was tough dealing with the scene and the aftermath, including dealing with identifying all of the victims. He's since undergone counseling and plans to be back on call next week. The Texas Education Agency is devising a plan to assess the locking mechanisms for exterior doors on school campuses. Education Commissioner Mike Moraz says they plan to be planning to put all of that together with an effort to check all door locks across the state by fall.
We are in the process of internally drafting something to go to proposed rule, which would be a new minimum facility standard to apply to every single school facility in the state, whether it was leased or owned, whether it was built in 1900 or 2022.
With more than 340,000 exterior door locks across the state's 3,000 school campuses, Morath admits it's not an easy task. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez wants guns used in criminal cases to be destroyed. Gonzalez says he believes anyone who commits a crime with a gun loses the right to carry it. After a gun-wielding criminal is convicted, Gonzalez is now requiring prosecutors to file a motion to have the gun destroyed, with some exceptions.
In every rule, there may be legitimate exceptions. If that weapon is involved in another case, for example.
Gonzalez says he believes the San Antonio Police and the Bexar County Sheriff's Office support his initiative. Under previous DA administrations, prosecutors had the option to file the motion or not. President Biden pushing back against skyrocketing gas prices. Here's Mark Mayfield.
Speaking at the White House, Biden called on Congress to authorize a 3-month gas tax holiday. He said states should do the same with their gas taxes. The federal gas tax is a little over 18 cents per gallon. Biden described the move as offering a little breathing room. In earlier remarks, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell called the suspension of the gas tax an ineffective stunt. Biden also urged oil companies and gas station owners to start dropping prices to reflect declines in the global oil market. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Texas oil producers are not impressed with the president's plan.
At $5 a gallon, critics argue suspending the federal gas tax won't make any difference. Here's Biden's former boss, Barack Obama, when gas was much cheaper in 2008.
Save you 30 cents a day for 90 days for a grand total of $28. And I say, that's a gimmick. You're not being serious.
Jay Young at Dallas-based King Operating says his White House has lost the trust of U.S. oil producers.
First, you get mad at them because you don't do the drill for oil and gas in the United States. Now, you're mad at them because we're not drilling fast enough. We're drilling enough.
Solution, he says, is simple.
Let's do something to get people back to work for drilling for oil in the United States, and that's what will solve our problem.
Biden instead is trying to buy oil from OPEC and Venezuela. Nick Rankovich, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, the triple-digit temperature showing no sign of slowing, but so far the Texas power grid is holding up. Professor Michael Weber at the University of Texas says we're getting bailed out by green energy.
Wind and solar have been cranking out a lot of output, which makes up for higher than expected outages of the conventional power plants.
At times, those renewable sources of energy are supplying about 40% of the power the state needs. NBA draft set for tonight, and the Spurs have 3 first-round picks and another of the top round. Spurs GM Brian Wright says they're excited by what could happen.
You're trying to do the work to figure out, who could be there at your pick, obviously, who
What is he doing?
pick and what could happen around you.
People don't care.
Now, you factor that in before pick, it's a lot more
punch.
work.
Wright told News Force Don Harris the Spurs have certain needs they want to answer.
All right, so Twitter is testing Twitter notes. Are you familiar with this?
I am not.
Notes will allow posts to use up to 2,500 words, along with photos, videos, and GIFs. It's a two-step process. First, click on the note to write it, and then you embed it in a tweet. Note cards will appear in the user's timelines as a tweet with a preview of the longer post. Oh, it's only being tested in a small group of writers from the U.S., UK, and Ghana. Would you like that?
Part of the beauty of Twitter to me
is the brevity.
It's free.
It's the brevity.
Tell me what I need to know, and that's it.
All right, you know what? We're going to do that here.
Yeah.
Log on to AlamoCityGolfTrail.com and book your tee time today. Dig a trench, gravel the driveway, and remove a tree stump. To tackle the big jobs, you need the power of Kubota. At Ewald Kubota, we have the tractors and construction.
Yeah, he's really going to love the fact that Charlie's going to talk about the fucking Spurs 2005 championship 3 fucking times this morning. But he won't say nothing to Charlie. Well, that's one thing I have noticed, man. He would always will head back to theaters.
Yes,
And it's got a 3D version that'll be in theaters.
I will go, but my wife will not.
I will not go.
She doesn't like Titanic.
I've never seen
I
it.
dig Titanic.
Never seen it.
I dig it, man.
See, I know how it ends.
My heart will go on.
I know how it is.
We know how life ends. Life ends in death.
True.
But we live it.
But a story like that, I already know the ending before the movie starts.
We know the ending of every story. Ernest Hemingway said every true story ends in death.
Well, this is true.
Per employee. This is not a loan. There's no payback. It is a refund of your taxes. Now the challenge.
John, that's random.
Hands on it.
John Williams says next year marks the 60th anniversary of the JFK assassination in Dealey Plaza.
This little-known payroll tax refund program.
November 22nd, John.
With no charge up front.
Dallas,
and they
1 p.m.
share
But thank you for that
percentage of the cash
information.
for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, even those that had.
Now we do have our X photos.
And their average client
Yes.
gets a $400,000 refund. The team at
Yes, we do.
But now we do need to do a bit back into the left. Back into the left. Back into the left. Bill Hicks, man.
Yeah.
One of the greatest bits ever. One of the greatest comics ever.
No risk, high reward. GetRefunds.com.
WOAI, an iHeart radio station.
Welcome into a Thursday morning edition of San Antonio's First News. Mr. T, along with Chris Duel, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. Coming up this hour, you'll hear from Charlie Parker. Today is the 17th anniversary of the third Spurs championship. White House correspondent John Decker take a look at the president's plan for a 3-month federal gas tax holiday that's coming up in a little over 1/2 hour. Right now, traffic and weather. It kills me when that music goes away.
Have you told him?
And on the southeast side, the accident he's working on I-37 southbound at Southton Road has also been cleared. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shawnee at Speed Radio 1200 W.
Abundant sunshine today and tomorrow. Highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy skies, highs 102. It's 78 degrees. Coming up in 10 minutes, the House passes a package addressing mental health. We'll talk about that. But if you're a Twitter user, you may notice some longer posts showing up in your timelines. Now, the social media platform is testing out a new Twitter Notes feature that will let users make posts using more than 280 characters. Now, what it will be, it will allow up to 2,500 words along with photos, videos, and GIFs. And it's a 2-step process. First, you click on the note to write it. Then you embed it in a tweet. Note cards will appear in users' timelines as a tweet with a preview of the longer post. Now, it's a new feature and it's currently being tested by a small group of writers in the United States, UK, and Ghana. Now, one of the things about Twitter is the fact that it keeps it down to 280 characters.
Yeah, the brevity and the fact that I can get information and digest it in small bites. That's why Twitter, I think, became so successful. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Tim. And it looks like they're trying to fix something that ain't broke.
Yeah, because I'm with you. I like the brevity. I like the fact that you can look at it and you don't spend a whole 2,500 words is a lot.
Well, and there are people who write a longer tweet, but what they do is they add to it.
Right.
So it's like, here's 1 of 16.
Right.
Here's 2 of 16. So you can get around it under the parameters that Twitter has been operating with for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, and I'm with you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I don't understand. Look, I know they're trying to, there's some things they can do. Get rid of the fake accounts,
Yes.
Get rid of the bots. Do stuff like that before you start adding, more words.
Yeah, then you're turning it into a glorified message board. The message boards we had at the dawn of the internet. That's what you're going to turn Twitter into if you keep doing this.
Let's just face it, because some people just can't be brief. They have a hard time being brief.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them, and Twitter helps me to get to the point.
And now they're going to let you do it even longer, Chris. I don't mind the adding the photos and the videos. I mean, that's kind of cool.
And we've got that.
Yes.
So yeah. So
But we don't need to add so much more.
No.
Once again, they're just testing it out, so it's not a done deal right now.
Hopefully they will reject it. Hopefully the testing will prove it ain't a good thing.
And if you're just joining us, Chief Arredondo, the police chief of the Uvalde School District, has been, I guess, put on administrative leave. I've heard suspended, but he's been put on administrative leave because the superintendent of the school districts, Dr. Harrell, wanted to wait till the investigation was over, but couldn't wait because, I mean, look, it's just not looking good for him right now.
Some people have asked, is that with pay or without pay? Typically, administrative leave is with pay. I think if the superintendent said without pay, you would underscore that. So while I'm not 100% on that, I'm pretty confident he is on administrative leave with pay.
Yeah, usually administrative leave does mean pay.
Yes.
And we'll have more on that coming up. And then, of course, at 6:40, President Biden's gas tax holiday, we will check in with White House correspondent John Decker to get the latest on that.
I can't believe this is always in season. This is mind-blowing. News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Hi, it's Mr. T. The weather outside's changing. You want to get out and do more baseball games, summer festivals, and they're even better with a great night's sleep. Even better than that with quality sleep. I get my quality sleep with my Sleep Number 360 smart bed. I love the adjustability. I love the fact that I can control the comfort level. Oh, yeah, and the NBA draft is tonight's first pick, number 9. Next. On her side of the bed. My Sleep Number 70, hers is 35, and with a regular bed, I'll be stuck with a bed that's way too soft for me. And using the Sleep IQ technology, I get the best quality sleep I can. My Sleep IQ is 80. Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great day starts the night before. And now, don't miss Sleep Number's lowest prices of the season with the Queen 360 C2 smart bed. Now only $899, a saving of $200, only at Sleep Number stores like the one in shops at La Cantera near Macy's across from the Gap, Quarry Village next to Quarry Golf Course, Stone Oak, corner of 281 and TPC Parkway, and in Selma, I-35 across from the Forum, or at sleepnumber.com.
This is it. Your last chance to win the new $15 million prize of a lifetime from Publishers Clearing House. There are just days left to enter to win $15 million on June 30th. So you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. $15 million, all for you. But time is running out, so enter now at PCH.com. The $15 million prize of a lifetime. Don't miss your last chance to win it this June 30th. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 6/28. No purchase necessary. Price paid at least $390,000 annually. Void or prohibited.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
This is the month to get a new Kia.
So this is me, correct?
Yes. Well, no. After headlines.
Yeah. That's 6:20.
Yes.
2022 Kia Soul, Sorrentos, Sportages, and even the popular Tellurides are available. And every new vehicle comes with World Car Kia's lifetime warranty and lifetime roadside assistance. Now's the time to trade and get into an economical new Kia and save. See how easy it is to get your new Kia by visiting any of our stores.
And is that just a lockout at 24 or 25?
You're going to throw it to Charlie Parker.
I throw to Charlie Parker.
Yes.
Our mix of traditions and our sense of togetherness.
Today, the 7th.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, and since it's the I should probably get to it sooner, like 24.
Let me look at the break here real quick.
Like our healthcare workers that make up our community. I am proud to be local. I am proud
Yeah, see, 5, 4, 5, 45. You can get to it by 25 at the latest.
25,
At the
or
latest.
if not sooner. Okay.
Yeah.
Proud to be your plan. Bloomberg Crypto is the new daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio that tackles everything from Bitcoin to Bored Apes. Each weekday, Bloomberg reporters and experts from every corner of the industry discuss the latest in cryptocurrencies and explore how it impacts our lives, our politics, and our culture.
How many machines would I need to buy, not that I will, to kind of mine Bitcoin effectively?
Like tens of thousands of machines.
Way more than I was expecting.
Listen to Bloomberg Crypto on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Record inflation, out of control, illegal immigration,
The cartels are winning.
soaring gas prices,
$5 a gallon.
keep up with what's happening. End crime in our cities, today. This is where we are. News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic and weather together. Gas prices in Texas right now, as of today, according to AAA, the average in Texas is $4.60 a gallon. San Antonio, Bexar County, $4.57. The nationwide average is $4.94. So it's dropped a little bit, but it's still too high.
And I do like that Texas is lower than the rest of the nation. And being a San Antonian, I do like that San Antonio a little less than Texas overall.
Yeah, because we know inflation is hitting everything. And if you want a vacation from your inflation, all you got to do is listen to News Radio 1200 WOAI, 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. We're going to give you a word. We'll spell that word for you. And then you just go to our website and submit it. And you could win $1,000. We'll give away $1,000 an hour, 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. And all you got to do is listen.
And at $4.60 a gallon, you can buy a little bit of gasoline with that and spread it out toward other items that you need or care about.
Yeah, you might even be able to take the family out to dinner.
Woo!
But we are going to give you that vacation from inflation. I like that.
Yes, so do I.
I like that. I have not had to buy gas the last couple of days, but I will be looking today. But I did see on my way in this morning that the QT, the Quick Trip on is it Hot Wells in 37.
Mm-hmm.
That's my barometer. I look at that and I can see how the gas prices in my area are down to 446.
Now you said I will be looking today. Are you shopping around?
Yeah, because I got that, just below a half a tank kind of thing going on, and I'm going from the Charity McCurdy theory that it's less doesn't hurt you as much when you fill up at a half a tank, and I'm just below half a tank, so I'll look on my way home to see what I can find.
So today is the day.
Today is the day I will be at a gas pump.
All right. We'll report back to us tomorrow and let us know what you paid.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Brian, what else is going on? I think I just cut him off. I think he was going to talk Spurs, and we can't have that. All right, this is your end.
Okay.
President Biden calling on Congress to authorize a 3-month gas tax holiday, and the NBA
Which is
draft
bullshit.
set for tonight. Spurs have 3 first-round picks.
Hey,
another at the
Brian,
top of the
what the hell
second
you doing,
round.
man?
The draft set for this evening. Now traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the south side of town, we do have a disabled vehicle reported on the right shoulder of I-35 southbound near Highway 90, so expect delays in the area. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, thanks,
This report
Shauna.
is sponsored by TxDOT. Driving through oil and gas production areas can be challenging, so be extra cautious. Slow down, pay attention to road conditions, and remember, when passing, to make sure there's plenty of room to get around. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Lots of sunshine today and tomorrow. Highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy, partly sunny. Highs 102, 78 right now.
Buy new roads during Military Appreciation Month at Brown Chevrolet in Divine. For the best deals around, go see Brown.
Phil Collins on the drums. San Antonio's first news. I'm Chris Duel, along with Mr. T, Tim Merryman. Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy in the 24-hour news center. Jeremy Kolak making the show go. Charlie Parker's first commentary of the morning, just moments away. A big anniversary for Spurs fans on a night tonight when they will draft number 9 overall in the NBA draft. That is coming right up. Also coming up, those were the days, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. But Tim, the House of Representatives is passing a bipartisan package focused on addressing mental health. They call it the Restoring Hope for Mental Health and Well-Being Act. And when I say bipartisan, listen to this vote. It passed by a vote of 402 to 20.
Wow.
We don't get a lot of those these days. That is pretty darn bipartisan. In fact, there were 7 representatives who chose not to vote. And out of that 20 who voted no, they included some notables: Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Colorado's Lauren Boebert, and Florida's Matt Gaetz. Now, this package will create a behavioral health crisis coordinating office It'll reauthorize millions in grants for states, territories, and tribes to address mental health services for adults and children. I think I think that's why it passed by such a wide margin, Tim. There are mental health issues that are going unaddressed in this country, and people need help out there.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, there's a stigma against mental health. People don't want to admit that they have mental health problems when all you have to do is the first part of solving that problem is admitting it and getting help. And that stigma that I've never understood why people have that stigma against mental health. And the fact that they're using, they're going to create a behavioral health crisis coordinating office in the substance abuse and mental health services. That is needed.
And, the stigma you talk about, Tim, and it is certainly real. We've seen athletes, DeMar DeRozan, who used to be a Spur, has come out along with Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers and publicly said, hey, I've got some mental health issues and here's how they affected me. I think when high profile people will do that, I think that's helpful because so many people, if they have some mental health issues, they go, oh my God, only I am dealing with this. I can't tell anybody. This is embarrassing. And there are things that affect us throughout our lives that you need some help to get through life with.
And families don't want to admit that they have a family member with a mental health issue. And that's where that needs to just change. People just need to realize it's a part of your healthy life. And if you have mental health problems, it will affect you physically eventually.
Yeah, physically. And as we know, it can lead to suicide. And as we know, in an absolute extreme, we talk about Uvalde all the time. This was a kid who, all indications are he needed some serious help and some serious counseling. And, maybe what happened there could have been averted if something like this were in place.
And readily available. And that's the other thing about mental health issues and help. A lot of people don't know where to go.
Yes.
And that needs to be something that needs to be addressed on just how easy it can be to get help.
And I think in the internet era where everybody, especially kids, they look on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It seems like all those other kids have such a perfect life. I think that exasperates some mental health issues that kids might be going through.
And depending on what they're watching, because they got to understand that TV is not real.
No.
Movies are not real. Unless it's a documentary, it's not real.
And what you're seeing on Instagram isn't real.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everybody is a supermodel or a bodybuilder or a rock star or a rapper who is having a perfect life. And because you're not having one, that's okay. You can still have a pretty darn amazing life. All right. Coming up a little bit later, we will speak with White House correspondent John Decker just after the bottom of the hour, the latest on President Biden's plan for a 3-month federal gas tax. But right now, here's Charlie Parker with his morning commentary.
Welcome to Thursday, June 23rd. Today is the 17-year anniversary of the San Antonio Spurs.
Steve DeRocco, what up?
3 of 5 NBA titles. Spurs roster: Brent Berry, Bruce Bowen, Devin Brown.
Your buddy, your HEB buddy, Bruce.
Yes.
You and Bruce, HEB buddy.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, Bruce.
Nazi Mohammed, Rasho Nesterovich.
They saved a dying man by telling him, go eat somewhere else.
And Mike Wilkes. In the first round of the playoffs, the Spurs lost game 1 at home to the Nuggets.
We'll bang out some more.
Semis.
Hey, what you do in your own time is your business.
Exactly.
Games, then upset the top-seeded Phoenix Suns in 5 games.
Look, that guy's got your same tripod. He's holding his hand. See it? What? When they go back to him, he's holding your. As a matter of fact, if I didn't see it right here, I would have thought he stole it.
1, 2, 3, and 4, all won by the home team. None of them were close. Game 5 in Detroit, Spurs knocked off the Pistons in overtime, 96-95.
I'm in Sports Illustrated on Robert Ory's shot.
Ory.
Right in the middle
Detroit
of
up
the
2
page.
with 9 seconds to play.
Very
Inbounded
nice.
the ball with Ginobili, who then gave it back to Ory, who sunk the game-winning basket. Ory was 5 for 6 from beyond the arc, including the game winner. Detroit would win game 6 by 9. Spurs would then go on to win game 7 by 7. Tim Duncan won his 3rd NBA Finals MVP. I believe it should have been co-MVPs, the other being Robert Ory. Go Spurs, go. I'm Charlie Parker.
Hey, it's Charity McCurdy. If you've got a firearm you're looking to sell, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. It's safe, easy, and you can sell with confidence, knowing you're getting a fair and honest deal from Dury's. You can get an instant cash offer in minutes, consignment sale or consignment auction. For more sizable collections, arrangements can be made for a Dury's firearm expert to visit your location. People have been turning to Dury's Gun Shop since 1959 simply because they always try to sell you what you need, not overstock or the latest fad in guns. You'll love their knowledgeable staff and wide selection of firearms and accessories. Check out DurysGuns.com or visit them at Loop 410 between Nacogdoches and Broadway.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
A weekend full of superstar performances, never seen before collaboration, as once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, the 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
Just when you thought everything was getting back together again, another portfolio damaging crisis has started. I'm Charlie Parker for Trajan Wealth. Markets experiencing a period of volatility. Difficult not to have a knee-jerk reaction. You don't want to be grabbing your investments and putting them into safe havens like cash and putting it under your mattress, but it is extremely important to take the long view. Stock market history has shown markets usually rebound quickly following the outbreak of a conflict. 66% of the time in a month or less, 82% of the time they're recovered within a year. To earn market returns, you need to take the bad days with the good days. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Check with Trajan Wealth. Get some help. They've got an office conveniently located in San Antonio. They're on Sonterra Boulevard. They'll help you develop a plan that gives you peace of mind. And consultations are complimentary. Call 210-985-3100 or visit their website at TrajanWealth.com. Paid endorsement advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Summer's here, and RV savings are through the roof. The 2022 model year-end closeout is underway at Chris Duel RV in Selma. Get low payments, low prices, and low rate financing on all remaining 2022s from Jacob, Montana, Open Range, Springdale, and many more. Like a new 25-foot Springdale travel trailer, closeout priced at only $27,900 or $248 a month, and the new 29-foot Shadefly travel trailer, closeout priced at $37,241 or $336 a month. Absolutely every 2022 motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, and toy hauler has been marked down for this special event, so don't sit this one out. The 2022 model year-end closeout absolutely ends June 30th at Crestview RV in Selma, just a mile north of Retama Park on I-35, and open every day and online anytime at buyrv.net. Stock number 22917, MSRP 32612, stock number 22968, MSRP 42979, 10% down, 6.99% APR for 180 months, plus tax and license credit. All units subject to prior sale.
There's only one shop I go to when it comes to repairing my cars. It's Cambridge Auto Center. Cambridge Auto Center been getting it done right for a very long time. It's a full service auto repair shop servicing all makes and models. Call them at 210-697-9600 or go online, CambridgeAuto.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
The latest developments in the aftermath of the Uvalde school shootings and what to do about those high gas prices. Good morning, I'm Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
Well, no major accidents to report to you at this time on the south side. We have a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder of I-35 southbound at Highway 90. It's causing some slight delays, so expect it if you're heading through that stretch. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Integrity Roofing and Siding.
Honesty, value, and reputation. All qualities that define Integrity Roofing and Siding. I'm Ronnie Suarez, president of Integrity Roofing and Siding. We are committed to providing you with an extraordinary customer experience. So call us today at 340-ROOF or online at integritysa.com.
The Weather Channel forecast calling for sunny today, a high near 100. We could top 100 tomorrow. Heat wave rolls on through the weekend. Now clear and 77 degrees in News Radio 1200 WOAI. The school district police chief criticized for his mishandling of the school shooting in Uvalde is now under administrative leave. Mark Mayfield reports.
School Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell said that due to the lack of clarity remaining in the investigation into the Robb Elementary School shooting, Pete Arredondo was being placed on administrative leave effective immediately. Arredondo previously told the Texas Tribune that he didn't see himself as the lead officer during last month's attack at Robb Elementary, which left 21 dead. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Texas education agencies devising a plan to assess the locking mechanisms for exterior doors on school campuses around the state. Education Commissioner Mike Morass says there are thousands of schools and not every school uses the same type of doors.
There's a lot of building diversity in the state of Texas. So if you have a thought for, well, this is the way it should work, I assure you there is a building in Texas where that thought won't work.
With more than 340,000 exterior door locks across the state's 3,000 school campuses, Morath admits it's not an easy task. Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller says he wants to have armed guards in school cafeterias. Here's Eric Lycum.
Commissioner Miller spoke last week at the NRA convention in Houston, critical of law enforcement response in the Uvalde shooting. Miller proposed putting highly trained armed guards in each of the state's schools' cafeterias. While Miller's office oversees school nutrition programs, nothing in state law gives him the power to pursue such a policy, according to UT political scientist Brandon Rottinghausen. Critics say officials are assuming more armed guards means solving the problems of mass shootings. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
The House came up short last night and failed to pass a bill that would create a communication network to alert people about an active shooter.
The bipartisan bill needed 2/3 support for quick passage, and the 259 to 162 vote didn't meet that threshold. 16 Republicans helped introduce the bill, and 44 GOP representatives joined Democrats in voting for it. Supporters said the communications network would be similar to the Amber Alert system. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the House will bring up the measure again. I'm Trey Thomas.
The chairman of the Federal Reserve claims the nation's central bank is doing everything possible to curb runaway inflation.
We are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down, and we're moving expeditiously to do so. We have both the tools we need and the resolve it will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses.
During a Senate hearing, Jerome Powell talked about soaring gas and food prices and the impacts on struggling families. He puts big portions of the blame on ongoing supply chain disruptions. President Biden says he's confronting.
You want to put something in perspective here?
Yeah.
This 18 cents a gallon they're asking for, the tax break, the holiday. 47 gallons a month is what the average American uses. That's a saving of $9 a month.
Wow.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Now, if they knock off the other 20 cents that the Texas, the state gets, that's 38 cents a gallon. Still not enough. You want to impress me? Knock off $2 a gallon. Let's get back to where we were.
Finish the border wall near Laredo.
Texas is pressuring the Biden administration to finish an environmental impact study or scrap it altogether to quickly finish the Laredo portion of the wall, citing the ongoing humanitarian crisis and national security threat. Trump's acting ICE director, Tom Homan, doesn't expect any response.
Transit agent, you had to pay a smuggler organization to get you to Chicago, get you to New York, or get you to Washington. Not anymore. You only got to pay the smuggler to get to the border, and the U.S. government's going to give the rest of the way. The Biden administration is going to.
Good morning, Amber.
For the criminal conspiracy, you alien smuggling, which is a
Is she
felony.
alert?
The government's going to do a taxpayer.
Yeah. Amber, Tim wants to know if you aren't alert.
Well, the heat
Thank
wave
you.
is
Thank you,
continuing.
thank you,
So
Ron.
far, the Texas power grid is holding up. Here's Michael Board.
The triple-digit temperatures showing no signs of slowing, but so far, the Texas power grid is holding up. Professor Michael Weber at the University of Texas says we're getting bailed out by green energy.
It's also helping us with costs because natural gas and coal are very expensive right now.
At times, wind and solar power are supplying 40% of the power that the state needs. If there are outages, Weber says it's because of a failure at a generating plant or a transmission line, and not because of how the system is designed. Michael Board, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Now the school's
Traffic and weather together
bulletproof
coming up in a minute.
glass.
But first, a check of your
Come on,
money
man.
and the world of
Make them a fortress. Fuck it.
Here's Ed Corey live from the Bloomberg News Desk.
Bloomberg.
Hey, Brian, millions of Americans who rely
Bloomberg.
on cars for work are changing their habits. They're signing up for carpools. Some even ditching the car for a bicycle as gas prices soar. This week, the average nationwide is $4.95 a gallon, but of course, in a lot of places, it's higher than that. Auto executives want lawmakers to help strengthen semiconductor supply chains. Reuters says General Motors, Ford, Stellantis, and many other automakers are asking the government to spend billions of dollars for research, development, and manufacturing of chips used for vehicles. Well, the market
Good morning, Beth.
Today, Dow futures up 175 points. NASDAQ indicator up 125. Live with the Bloomberg Business Report, I'm Ed Corey on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Again, no matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Brian Gann, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, we have a disabled 18-wheeler on the right shoulder of Loop 410 westbound at Fredericksburg Road. Expect delays. Also on I-10 eastbound at Hildebrand, we're getting reports of a disabled vehicle there, also on the right shoulder. And on the south side, we have a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder.
Shouldn't they change the name of that
southbound
town?
near Highway 90.
White Settlement.
Yes, it's time.
Give us a call on the
I
traffic
agree with
line.
you.
The number's 210-785-2601. I'm Sean and Ann's News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. Power buys are back at Northern Tool and Equipment for a limited time. Save $50 on a clutch welding table with toolkit or 50% on an Ironton 7-inch car polishing kit. Now only $59.99. Shop in-store or online at northerntool.com.
Yesterday's 98 will feel like a treat. Now record heat forecast here or close to it over the next few days. Looks like 101 today, already in the 80s this morning. At 101, one shy of the record of 102 tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, 103 would be a record, breaking the record of 102. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from a Weather Channel on San Antonio's official weather station, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Sponsored by In-N-Out Burger. At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you.
Those were the days. Brought to you by Brown Chevrolet is next. Your Kim Commando digital life hack before 7 o'clock. Waiting for a hookup from White House correspondent John Decker. He's going to talk to us about the president's proposed gas tax holiday. To put this in perspective, Chris, the average American uses about 47 gallons of gas per month. An 18-cent per gallon discount by taking away the national gas tax saves that average person $9 a month.
And now that $9 a month is less and less likely to get you a meal at a fast food restaurant.
It won't get you a meal at a fast food restaurant. But that's what it comes down to. Now, and I know the president wants the states to also give up their gas tax. In the state of Texas, it's 20 cents. You're looking at 38 cents a gallon savings.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Well, this doesn't solve the problem, but again, I think, my feeling is every little bit helps.
It
Now,
does.
obviously, 18 cents a gallon doesn't solve the problem, but I think we've got to try a multi-pronged approach here to solve the problem. So, I welcome any creative thinking that might help it a little bit.
All right, so we welcome in White House correspondent John Decker. So speaking at the White House, he called on Congress to authorize this 3-month gas tax holiday. Will it happen, John?
Yeah, well, dead on arrival is pretty definitive. John, this is Chris. While the Republicans are going to reject this idea in the Senate, the midterms are coming up in November. A lot of analysts are saying this actually benefits those Republicans running in November. Are they in the Senate in particular, or anywhere on Capitol Hill, offering any other ideas, some other tactics we can take to try to alleviate the pain at the pump?
What about drilling more in the United States? Is that a possibility? No.
John, you mentioned the influence of the global markets. I watched President Biden's remarks yesterday, and once again, he blames Vladimir Putin and the invasion in Ukraine for driving these gasoline prices up. Do analysts agree with him, or is that just him trying to deflect any blame away from him?
Yeah. Appreciate it as always, John. That's White House correspondent John Decker. Up next, Those Were the Days, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet.
The economy is headed directly for a disaster. The Fed can either raise rates to lower inflation.
Well, then we don't have to worry about that happening.
Yeah.
Hey, when the guy says dead on arrival, what does that mean?
Dead on arrival.
Yeah. It means don't worry about it. And another thing too, you suspend this gas tax, all that money eventually has to be made up, and who pays for it? So do we really want to do that? No. We're already in this position we are because of all the money we sent out. All those stimulus payments. Somebody has to pay for that.
9898. It's crucial for you to get this information before an economic disaster is in full swing. Again, text protect.
He called you Chris.
To the number
Woo!
9898.
You got your name right.
Free
Amazing.
information kit on gold. There's no obligation.
John Williams writes, the name White Settlement was originally bestowed upon the community by several indigenous tribes in the area.
Yes, I know, but still.
Yeah.
But still, I didn't say anything about how it got named. I'm just thinking.
It just doesn't sound cool.
No.
Apparently they're considering, or some people would like them to change the name to West Settlement.
Uh-oh, it's Brian. No more gas tax holidays? That. But yeah. All right. Can we start it now? I didn't even think about it, man. I didn't even think about it. I did not.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Lucinda Sullivan, good morning.
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't there and it wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm having some technical issues with the video. Once we get to the top of the hour, we're going to reboot and start a new video. So
bear with us. Bear with us, please.
Technical issues. In fact, I'll put a little note up there.
Go figure. Technical issues at iHeart. I cannot believe it. There once was.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body.
So are you ready for Back to the Future, the musical?
I was not aware of it.
Yes, it's happening. It's freaking happening, people. I can't make this up.
Contact Thomas J. Henry. To start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio, San Antonio, Texas. Sometimes only 5 seconds. The world can change for your very ears. Stay informed.
We need to know what happened.
San Antonio's place for news. News Radio 100 WOAI.
Day of June. Just a quick reminder, NBA draft is tonight.
Don't bring that up. What the hell are you doing, man?
Christopher L. Scholes of Wisconsin patented his typewriter. A man named Remington later turned it into a more practical typewriter. And today you couldn't find one if you tried. 1931.
All right, that last segment, we're going to quickly. Oh, no. Yeah, we're going to quickly do the Arredondo thing again.
Okay, yeah, we can't do that enough. I agree.
I mean, gas and Uvalde shooting, I think, are the two big things.
Yeah, I agree. And Spurs.
Well, we can mention that the draft is tonight. The Spurs are picking number 9, 20, and 25 in the first round, and that's about it.
There you go.
We'd like to tell you who they're going to pick, but honestly, we don't know.
John Williams says, I'm still waiting for WOAI's First News, the musical.
I know.
We're working on it, John, and Tim comes out with a great opening number. Is Tim singing Ring My Bell. It's just real. The choreography is amazing.
Well, and we're running into problems with the copyright and all that of the music, and, we got to get all that cleared up. So we got legal working on it.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. Ring my bell. I mean, come on, think about it. The whole lyrics are, you can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. You can ring my bell. Come on. Come on. You're
Paul McCartney. I almost said Paul Alexander. Paul said, like, someone's knocking at the door, someone's ringing the bell. Do me at least he said, do me a favor, open the door.
Let him in.
Let him in.
Let him in, people. Come on.
It's good to be Paul McCartney. You're just sitting there at home, smoking a joint.
Yep.
Someone knocks at the door, and you go, oh, I think I got a song there. And boom, it's a huge hit.
Somebody's knocking at my door.
Do me a favor, open the door.
Let him in.
Huge hit.
Just let him in.
Sister Susie, Uncle John,
and
Martin Luther.
Charlie's a big fan of the silly love songs.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's like champion.
I used to hate it. And John Lennon, and that it was a response to John Lennon.
Yeah.
Saying,
Yeah. Some people.
And I've always in the Paul versus John. I'm always John. And then one night, I think I was drinking.
No.
Shocking. 20 years ago.
Shocking.
I heard it and I go, wait a minute. I'm now totally getting this song. So I went from hating it to appreciating it.
See, I went from hating it to just not liking it.
To just not liking it. Yeah, you eased up a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Louisa. Louisa goes, you can't even fix the sound problems. I know. We're having a meeting today, Louisa.
Yeah, right.
Gonna get to the bottom of all this.
What's up, dude? There's too many X's and O's there, man. Come on.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, we have a disabled 18-wheeler on the right shoulder of Loop 410 westbound at Fredericksburg Road. Expect delays. Also on I-10 eastbound at Hildebrand, we're getting reports of a disabled vehicle there, also on the right shoulder. And on the right shoulder by 35 southbound near Highway 90. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by SRGExpress.com. The specialized recruiting group takes an individual approach to placing people in contract and full-time roles. And they're ready to help you find your next opportunity. Visit SRGExpress.com to get connected with an employment expert.
Sunny skies today and tomorrow. Highs 101 today, 103 tomorrow. Saturday, mixture of clouds and sun. Highs 102, 78 right now. Kim Commando's digital life hack coming right up in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll check in with Mike Kapelka at 7:20. That segment brought to you by Randy Adams Incorporated. And then at 7:40, San Antonio First News national correspondent Rory O'Neill is going to let us know whether we're wealthy or not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know I did not win Powerball last night, nor did anyone else.
No.
So I'm not as wealthy as I had hoped to be this morning.
Yeah, I know, because you would have been here anyway.
I would have been here anyway.
Unlike me.
I'm dedicated, baby.
All right, so the Uvalde School District Police Chief, Pete Arredondo, has been placed on administrative leave.
Here.
Yeah, according to School Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell, he says due to lack of clarity remaining in the investigation is why he went ahead and put him on administrative leave now.
Had to be done. My only issue is why'd we wait over 4 weeks to do this? Should have been sooner, but better late than never.
And I do think that Mr. Arredondo needs to at least address the community of Uvalde, whether it's a private meeting, whatever. He needs to talk to the people that survivors' families, and just, explain himself, please.
You were entrusted to protect the children of that school district. You need to talk to the people. And then you ran for city council, so you want to be a leader. Be a leader. Talk to your constituents.
Come stand up in front of the community and let them know what exactly happened, because we still don't know exactly what happened that day.
And be real. Don't give us lawyer speak or what you're being advised to say. Be a human being. Tell us what happened. Tell us what happened from your perspective that day, what went wrong, and how we can work to Make sure this never happens again.
That's all we want to do is make sure this never happens again.
Amen.
That's it. All right. Coming up at 7 o'clock hour, I mentioned Mike Opelka and San Antonio First News national correspondent Rory O'Neill was going to tell us if we're wealthy or not. Right now, here's Kim Commando.
It's so easy.
And I can tell you right now, we're not.
Yeah. Paul has a comment. Where's Parker? Never thought I'd miss San Antonio's first curmudgeon complaining and lecturing all of us. Well, he'll be back in the next hour with his commentary, Paul. I've got to reboot the video because we're having some technical problems. So we'll be back on by 7 o'clock. Wherever you're watching this video, you should see a new one appear. But this one's going away right now. New video coming at 7. Join us on the new video.